Hey, what's going on? This is JT from JT Corn Rings, and I'm talking about learning corn ring making. It's pretty easy. It took me about anywhere from 2 to 3 months to kind of get used to everything. I'm telling you, if you follow the steps, you can definitely do it. I got this motto: you learn to earn. You learn the steps necessary in order to make yourself a corn ring, and you'll be just like everyone else. You'll be able to even sell them at a later time. You can start off with a quarter, a clad quarter, that is, move into silver. Then you can move also to copper, gold. You have corn ring creators who are out there putting jewels inside their corn rings. Also, certain stones, woods, vibranium. So learn to earn. Take your time out to learn these steps. Simple steps. Master the basics, and then you'll be able to graduate as you see fit. All right? Check out this video and let me know what you think in the comments. Okay, this coin is 0.999 fine silver, a pure silver coin. You ever think now that we have King Charles that he will now be the person who will be on all the coins from this point on? Can you imagine how that will look? All right, right now, I'm showing you some of my tools, what you want to have laid out, because you want to make sure you can go step to step without looking for what tool is next. So I lay all my tools out, and then I put them to the side. So when I'm ready for them, voila, I can grab them. So this right here is a 1/2 inch punch. So when I find the spacer, I place the coin in, make sure it's nice and snug. I don't want the coin to move or have any gaps. So you want to find a spacer that fits. Place that inside your punch. Make sure that it's nice and flush. And then put the top on. And the next thing you want to do, if you have it, you want to get some lube. So what I use is lube from Peppy Tools. Pretty good lube. You want to make sure you put a couple swirls on that cut edge. And then next thing you want to do is take it to your 6-ton press. Some people use a 1-ton press for this. I use a 6-ton press. You can find this press at Harbor Freight. I believe I bought mine for like $75 at the time. I'm sure it doesn't cost much more, but go check them out at Harbor Freight. It's a nice, economical machine, you know. Okay, now we find out that the punch is centered. It's important to have a centered punch because this is the starting phase of the folding process. So once you take that out, you want to make sure you examine that punch area. You can take out the punch of silver, put it to the side. You can melt it, make a pendant out of it, but the silver definitely adds up. What you want to do is examine that punch area. Make sure it's nice and smooth. Both sides, make sure there's nothing sticking out. And you see that the punch is you can put that to the side and save it. I'm using the bearing tool to smooth that area out. It's real important to do so. This is what we call the cut edge of the coin. And you want to smooth that out and make sure that there's no sharp edges. And when you do that, examine it real well, because this is the part that's going on the finger when it turns into a ring. You don't want anything cutting. Examine that area. Then you want to take some sandpaper to go over that area once again to ensure that it's smooth, you know. And also you want to see if there's any cuts, rips, tears, and you can do that at this time, but you want to smooth that area out with the sandpaper. Okay, examine it. What's next? All right, you want to add that flame. This is what we call annealing. If you want to make sure you anneal enough, you can take a black permanent marker and place on the coin. And once it's hot enough, it will disappear. And then you can put the silver in the water. Okay. Some people do that as a guide to make sure you don't overheat the metal. One thing I love about this 0.9 fine silver is that I don't have to anneal it much. It's pretty soft. Just want to make sure that you anneal it before you stretch. Okay. This phase is called the folding phase. I take a stabilizer die, which you see there, and make sure that the coin is nice and flush, not a lot of wiggle room. I put the starter die on top, and I make sure I put it on my 1-ton press. Once again, you can buy this at Harbor Freight, and you start the folding phase. There you go. As you see, the coin is now starting to turn like a cone. Okay. The next phase is to use another cone, but I'm trying to make sure it's nice and snug. You want to make sure it doesn't move, because if it moves, you may experience a wobbly coin ring, and you don't want that. This is called a universal cone. You see it's a little bigger. And what I want to do is fully stretch that coin to a cone shape. So I'm placing it there so it doesn't move, and making sure I can stretch it all the way down, as you see. Now you'll look at the difference of the look of the coin once I take it out. There we go. Now you want to examine the coin for any tears, micro tears, because you want to make sure that the coin doesn't rip when you go to the next phase. And that's what I'm doing right now. I'm examining that edge. Make sure there's no rips or tears. It's a nice shape. All right, the next phase is taking it to the ring stretcher. Now, once again, because it's 0.99 fine silver, I didn't really have to anneal it again. It's pretty soft, but I'm making sure that I take my time. I'm examining it. I'm also counterclockwise the coin ring to make sure that all sides are becoming even. You want to make sure the lips of the coin touch the coin stretcher, like what I'm showing right there. From that point, I'm examining once again. You see that all sides look even. There's no rips, no tears. Go to the next phase. But before that, I want to check my ring size. I want this ring to be about 2 to 3 sizes from the target. Right now, you see it's past 15. It's like around 16. So I want the coin to be anywhere around 13 and a half or 13. It's going to fit my finger. So you go back to my Peppy Tools lube, and I'm about to reduce my reeded edge, which is the thicker part of the coin. That's usually where you see the reed. So I'm putting it in my stabilizer die. This is a 17 degree. I'm going to reduce that size. Make sure that the coin ring is nice and flush. I don't want it moving around. I'm going to use my 6-ton press. And I'm slowly bringing it down, making sure that coin don't move, because I don't want a wobbly coin, guys. This is going to reduce it slightly. Hopefully it bring this coin ring down to like a 13. That's my goal. Maybe a 13. Let's see. You want to stretch it. Okay, bring it out. Look at it. Okay, looks pretty good. It did not mar any of the detail. Okay, looks nice. Looks good. Now you have to do the same thing to the cut edge. So what I do is put it back inside the Peppy lube, and I'm going to do the same thing I did with the reeded edge to the cut edge. Make sure it's sitting in there nice and steady. There you go. You want to make sure it don't fall out the boat. There you go. Make sure it's nice and steady before you start, because you can mess the ring up and you don't want an uneven ring. Now, sometimes people put it in a 25 degree, which gives it a little rounded edge. I still like a little straight edge when it comes down to my rings, but I do like the flat tire look as well. Different ways that people make coin rings. Okay, so there we go. Let's see how it looks. There you go, nice even. So we have the reeded edge, now the cut edge reduced. Looks good on my finger. Remember, guys, this is 0.999 fine silver. So the next phase for me to do is just clean it up. So I put it on my drill. I use this pad here. It's almost like the 0.000 fine wool, but this pad here helps me to get the fire scale and the dirt and grime off it a little bit, and helps me to shine it up a little bit. So there we go. We just take some of that stuff off so you can see how the coin ring looks a little clean. Now, I still would later on clean it a little better, put it in some soapy water. Some have ultrasound cleaner, but I just kind of use some polish for the sake of this video. There we go. Now I'm cleaning the reeded edge and the cut edge, getting all that grit off so you can see the detail of this coin. There we go. How you like it, guys? Nice, snug fit. Okay, and feels good to me. I still have to do a couple things, so let's watch the next step. Now, a lot of coin ring makers ask me what type of polish I use. I used to use Mothers. Mothers worked pretty good for me, but I ran across a post and someone recommended using Flitz polish. And Flitz polish works well with me too. It's a liquid, unlike the paste of Mothers, and it really shines my coins up. Now, for the sake of this video, I'm just showing you that I use a lint-free rag or an old white t-shirt, and I just shine the exterior portion of the ring and also the inside, and it gives a good shine. Now, there's some other methods you can use, polishing wheels and all types of stuff, but for this video, I'm using the Flitz, and it gives it a decent shine. And there we go. In a couple steps, you can make a beautiful coin ring. I thank you so much for checking out this video. If you have any questions, please ask me in the comments, and I'll do my best to answer. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.